Hi, this is DJB Mathematics. We are on part 3 of a series on using the cast diagram to solve trigonometric equations aimed at the AQA A-Level Maths Module Core 2. In this part, we look at equations that have a negative right-hand side. So if you want a general introduction to the method and some examples of basic equations, you should look at parts 1 and 2. We'll be leaping straight in on questions with a negative right-hand side. Let's do that then. Okay, here we go. Our first example here is the equation cos x equals minus 0.2 on the interval 0 is less than or equal to x is less than 360 degrees. And we know the method for solving a trigonometric equation. The only thing that's new to us in this video is the negative sign here, and we only make a couple of minor adjustments to the method to get the right answer if there's a negative there. So what we do is we start the normal way. It's a cos question, so we do inverse cos. What we're going to take the inverse cos of? Well, normally we take the right hand side, but if the right hand side is negative, you drop the minus sign, you ignore it. So we're going to do inverse cos of 0.2. Ignore that negative sign. For now, we're going to let the diagram deal with it. So what we're going to do is inverse cos of 0.2. And that to one decimal place is 78.5 degrees. So that's going to be our key angle that we use in our answer. Now we have to choose different parts of the cast diagram because we want cos x to give us a negative value. We want cos x to be negative, so we can't go where cos x is positive. So we cannot go in the C section. That wouldn't make any sense. This quadrant down here where cos is positive could never give us that value. Same thing goes for the place where all three are positive. That quadrant couldn't possibly work to give us this value. So we're ending up in the other parts of the cast diagram, but that's fine. We're just going to carry on normally. So instead of using A and C, we're going to use S and T, the other two. And we're going to mark on the angle as usual. It'll be 78.5, 78.5 from that line to the horizontal, and 78.5 from this line to the horizontal as well. So both those angles will be equal and they'll be 78.5. And then we just read off our solutions as normal. So we'll start by going from 0 and we'll go anti-clockwise as we do to measure an angle on a cast diagram. There we go. So this is straightforward. What we've got here is we've got a half turn, 180, minus a bit. So it's 180 minus 78.5. So we've got 180 minus 78.5. So we've got an answer of 101.5. So that's one of our solutions. Now we measure our other solution. So again, anti-clockwise from 0. Well, this angle is easy to measure as well. It's 180 plus a bit. So it's 180 plus the 78.5. So it's 258.5 degrees. And there are two answers. Notice that neither of them is actually 78.5. You get different answers because of the negative there. But if you follow this method, you get the right answers. Okay, let's have a look at one more. There we go. Tan x equals minus 1. And again, the same interval, 0 to 360 degrees. So we're just going to follow exactly the same recipe that we did before. It's a tan problem, so we're going to take the inverse tan. We're going to ignore the negative. We're going to drop the minus. So we're just going to do inverse tan of 1. and see what that is. Well, it's exactly 45 degrees. What a nice convenient value. Okay. Where are we going to put it on the cast diagram? Well, we want tan x to be negative, so we don't want to be in the t section, where tan is positive, and we don't want to be in the all section, where all three are positive. So we must be going in these two quadrants, S and C. So let's mark it up. There's a line there to represent one of our solutions, the other solution, and remember to mark these angles from the horizontal. So we've got one angle there from the horizontal and one angle there down from the horizontal. Those blue angles are 45 degrees. So now we're going to measure our two solutions. Anti-clockwise from 0 is what we've always been doing. So anti-clockwise from 0 there to that solution, well, that's a half turn, 180 minus 45. So it's 135 degrees. It says to 1 decimal place, but it's an exact value, so I'm just going to leave it like that. I could write 135.0, but I'm not going to bother. So looking at my second solution, again, anti-clockwise from the 0 line. I'm going all the way around there. Well, I've almost done a full turn, 360, just minus a little bit. So it's 360 minus 45. So it's 315 degrees. So that's that problem solved. Okay, another question done. So dealing with negatives is very easy as long as you remember to drop the negative in the first step when you use your calculator, and as long as you think about the cast diagram and choose the correct two quadrants. Choose the places where the trig function that you're interested in can be negative. Okay, in the next video we'll look at what happens if you change this interval from 0 to 360 degrees, if you change that to something else. Thank you very much for watching.